Hey everyone, this is Joe from the Northeastern Native Plant Digest, bringing you another video you can use to help our environment 1 yard at a time. Today I'm going to be talking about fall leaves. I've been wanting to do a video on leaves for a couple months here, but this is the first opportunity I've had, and I thought today would be a great day to talk about leaves. Uh, One of the big mistakes I see a lot here in the Northeast is in the fall when leaves are coming down, people are out here in droves with their rakes and with their leaf blowers, and they're raking up every single leaf in the yard, and they're bagging them up and they're putting them on the curb, and the trash trucks come and they, throw those leaves, you know, into the dump. But that's really a huge mistake. We need to rethink leaves. Leaves are not litter. Leaves are, I like to think of leaves as a gift from nature that we can all use to really enhance the environment and to enhance our gardens. So we're going to talk about what are some of the benefits of leaving leaves and using leaves as a mulch, and why it's important to the environment. So the first thing that we should note about leaves is that they're a really important factor in building healthy soil. So when you go into the woods and you kind of dig around that soil, you'll notice that a lot of times it's really rich, it's humusy, it has a lot of nutrients, and that's because there's been decades of leaves, fallen leaves, rotting season after season after season. And they really help to improve the soil. They interact. You think about the soil, and it's not. We think of it as a sterile thing, but really, soil is alive. It's alive with microorganisms. It's alive with bacteria. It's alive with fungi, insects. All these things go in to make healthy soil, and leaves are one of the primary components that help improve and create good soil structure. So you can use leaves in your garden as a mulch. Now, if you're afraid that they're going to break down slowly and suffocate your plants, you can mulch them with a mower. But really, for me, I think the best option for what I'm trying to do is I just let them lay. I just let them lay, and they're going to break down. They're going to improve my the soil structure in my yard here. And there's actually a lot of spring ephemeral plants that actually kind of rely. They need that rich forest woodland soil in order to thrive. Some of the ones that come to mind are celandine poppy, Virginia bluebells, bloodroot, lady slippers. So if you want to be able to have those kind of plants and have them successfully grown in your garden, you're going to really want to improve the soil of your garden, and really the best way to do that is through leaves. So there's another reason why leaves are an important part of garden soil, and that's because there's a lot of insects and there's a lot of animals that use leaves in order to hibernate and survive the harsh winters. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to take you down to a shrub that I have down there that's a host plant. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to talk about why we should be leaving those leaves around the bases of these plants. All right, so here we are. This shrub right here is a maple leaf viburnum. Now, this is an American species of viburnum, and it also happens to be the host plant of the clear-winged hummingbird moth. Now, if you've never seen this beautiful little moth, I would highly recommend looking it up in your favorite browser. And if you want to attract these moths to your yard, the best way to do that is one of the best ways. There's a couple ways. One of the best ways is to have a host plant that they use to lay their eggs on, and another one is to have nectar plants like garden phlox that they can use that long proboscis and get into those tubular flowers. They really like those. But since we're talking about leaves today, so what's going to happen in the life cycle of this particular moth is it's going to lay its eggs on this plant. Caterpillar will feed on it, and then when it comes time for them to pupate, they'll pupate. They'll drop down into the leaves, and they'll hibernate under these leaves throughout the winter. And they're not the only insect species to do that. There's a lot of them out there. Another example that I can think right off the top of my head is a luna moth. A luna moth has a similar survival adaptation. So so when we're out here in our gardens and we're in the fall and spring raking up all these leaves, there's a really good opportunity that we're also throwing away a lot of these bugs. We could be inadvertently throwing these bugs away too. And when we rake these leaves up in the fall, we're taking away that winter shelter that they need in order to survive. So there's another great reason why we should be letting the leaves lie in our yard. I hope I said that correctly. That was like a tongue twister. So soil structure and the importance of leaves lying on the ground for winter protection for insects, for amphibians, for reptiles. Those are two awesome reasons why we should allow leaves to lay in our yard. Another one is that is that they help retain moisture in the soil. They cover the soil. They prevent the sun from glaring down on it. They help retain moisture. So you're also you're going to water less if you use leaves as mulch, which is one of the reasons why people use traditional mulch. But the best thing about leaves in the fall is that they're completely free. You don't even have to pay for them. Nature's already provided them for us. So I'm going to pause this one more time. We're going to take a walk up here and we're going to talk about how you can keep them in your yard. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is how we can, what strategies you can use to help keep leaves in your yard. Because I know my yard's kind of sloped, and in the fall we get some blustery, windy days. Leaves just want to tend to blow everywhere. So some of the stuff you can do is what I've done here. Earlier in the video, I had that little path that I used, that I created using fallen limbs and stuff from the yard. So you can create garden paths using limbs. You're not only recycling those limbs, but it's also they're going to rot down into the earth. They're going to help improve the soil over time, and they're also going to provide food for a lot of invertebrates and insects that need rotting wood. So this little particular thing here in this part of the part of my garden, I just laid these out, and these kind of create a little buffer zone, like a little barrier, and it kind of helps trap leaves and keep them on my property. Sometimes plants can do the same thing. So in this little section here, my yard's a work in progress, but I planted a lot of Christmas ferns here. And those actually kind of act as a little trap, and they trap leaves too. So you can use things like rocks, you can use things like fallen limbs, and even the plants themselves will help keep the leaves on your property. So just to recap, I hope this video kind of encourages you to rethink your what you do with your fall leaves. I hope you'll take this video and think of strategies or areas in your garden where you can start using leaves, composting leaves, spreading them around the base of your shrubs. And just keep in mind that leaves, it's not leaf litter. This is a vital part of the life cycle for a lot of plants and animals, and also for creating good healthy soil. You want these leaves in your yard. So this is just a quick video. Hope you enjoy this video. Thank you to all my subscribers. I hope you like this video. Leave your comments below. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time. I got some shrubs, and I got an exciting tree and shrub that I just ordered that's going to be on the way. And when I get those in, I'm going to be planting them and doing a video talking about these trees and shrubs, and I'm super excited. So I got a lot of videos in my head that are going to be coming up. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.